Hello, my friends. Welcome back. So, continuing from the last video, just want to show you what the data that we brought in looks like. So, from the side panel, we can click on the data tab, and this has opened up the dim customer table for us, which is the whole of the table that we brought in from the SQL database with all the dimensions. As you can see, um, it has all the different kind of columns that is related to that one in the same sense that we could look at the other table and we could look at that. So usually what I do when I bring in this data, the first thing I do when I'm trying to develop a dashboard is that I tend to go to the edit queries um, backend Power Query editor. And I do that for a few reasons because one of the most important things for me is to make sure that the data types um, are correspond to what I think they should be. And also, I also like to delete any columns that I don't believe that I will be using in building my data model, just to make sure that to reduce the size and increase the speed of the querying within the data model. So, I mean, for example, if I'm looking at a product here, I might, in most senses, change that into a text type um, to prevent any aggregations and to keep it consistent. Because when it's text, Power BI will not then use that dimension to do any aggregation, which is not really what I want to do. So in the same sense, okay, a customer key, I will also change that into a text type. Another thing I would do most likely is like for columns that I know that I'm not going to use, I could just highlight them, control, and then do shift right across, or control where I could just select multiple types of columns and then just go right click and then remove the columns that I've kind of selected. I could also do things like unclick all nulls, and that'll remove all the nulls values from the table. So yeah, so I tend to do all of that. Um, you see here, because this is a data warehouse database, um, it's brought in connecting for the connections for all the kind of area geographics from the other tables, which are connected to other tables. So what it's trying to do here, once I click on this expand, it's basically opening up all the related data tables within the data warehouse, and it's kind of unionizing, union join with all the with the related table. In this case, is basically the dimension of the customer. So this is what you usually can do when you should do when you're building a data model, is to make sure that you clean up your data as much as possible. Make sure that if you're using a dates dimension, that you choose a dates dimension in this case. Make sure that you check that your data types are consistent with what you want to use. Um, and yeah, just clean up your data model as much as you can. And that's more or less how what you should do. So yeah, so hope that helped, and I'll catch you in the next tutorial. Thanks very much. Bye.